Hey YouTube, Rico Knows here. Going to talk to you guys about, I guess it's not really recruiting websites missing so much as coaching staffs are missing. Okay, they're missing on certain players. Now, I live in Georgia. Full disclosure, I watch a lot of Georgia high school football. I'm aware of all the teams. And over the years, I've had the privilege of seeing some phenomenal players come out of the state of Georgia. But my two favorite are Ricky White, the current wide receiver at UNLV, and Kamani Vidal. He just got drafted into the NFL, former running back at Troy. And the reason two of those guys are my favorite is in high school, they were absolute monsters on a loaded team. They played on the same high school team. You had Kamani Vidal, they gave him 3 stars, and then they gave Ricky White 3 stars. Ricky went to Michigan State first, then he transferred all the way to UNLV, had 1,400 yards receiving last year, and you saw Kamani Vidal, I think he was second in the nation in rushing yards last year. So these guys became phenomenal players at the collegiate level. But coming out of high school, the recruiting website said they were 3 stars. Now, I don't care what those websites say. Coaches need to wake up and identify talent, identify players, and put them in position, to help them win games, if you ask me. If you signed some of these kids, maybe you wouldn't have gotten fired. Right? Now, I say that, and I'm looking at Jacksonville State. Now, guys, I dig deep on every single team in America. I do not skip any teams. I do not skip any position groups. I'm always looking. And I was looking at Jacksonville State today, and I'm going over every position group. I already made a video about their offensive line. I think 3 of those guys are truly amazing, pretty damn good. 2 of them are pretty feel-good stories. But when I looked at this team, I started looking at the running back room. And we know Malik Jackson's gone. Okay, Ron Wiggins hit the transfer portal earlier in the year, but it appears Ron Wiggins coming back. At least that's what he announced on Twitter. So Ron Wiggins coming back. That's the 3rd string running back. He's actually pretty damn good. I shouldn't say 3rd string, 2nd string. And I say 3rd string because Anwar Lewis used to be the guy. Anwar Lewis 2 years ago was the guy, and he had to take a back seat last year to Malik Jackson. But they have 3 really good running backs. 3 really good running backs at the top. But with Wiggins coming back, Anwar Lewis is still there, and then they have a transfer portal addition with Andrew Paul, who actually saw the field and played at Georgia. Sounds like 3 great running backs. They have all the depth they need in their seniority, and that's cool. So I go to a website like Our Lads, who's supposed to show you the depth chart. It's supposed to be as accurate as possible, and then I look, and I'm like, oh, they only have Lewis here, and they don't have all the other running backs that I know about. This website is not up to date. And people swear by this website, and it's just wrong, okay? That being said, I see Justus Savage here, and I go, oh, my God. I forgot that Justus Savage went to Jacksonville State, of all places. So here we are in Georgia, and I need to explain to you who he is. So Justus Savage, this is his Twitter. This is a 3-star running back, just like Kamani Vidal, on a superstar team. Played at Langston Hughes High School. You know the deal. They had Aaron Nolan at quarterback. They had Jelani Thurman at tight end. They had a number of great players on this team, loaded team. And you're trying to tell me the running back from this loaded team is just 3 stars. Guys, when you watch tape on this young man, now I'm going to tell you, I need to make sure there's no volume, no copyright issues. What you see is a guy, and I'm going to give a comparison, and some people might not know who I'm talking about. But the guy's name is Lachey Seastruck. Back when I was watching running backs as a young man, evaluating talent, you would see these slashers with breakaway speed, home run speed. And that's exactly what this young man has. Now, he needs to keep lifting weights. They have a lot of seniority in that running back room. I just told you they have 3 guys who've actually done this thing on Saturdays. They're great, but I want you to watch. It might be this play or the next one. You're just going to see this kid has the juice to make people miss. It's the next play. It's not this one. Obviously, this one he's going to the house. Congratulations, right? No big deal to me. Cool. The next one, bro. I think it's this one right here. I need you guys to see the juice on this play and just understand that the young man pops on tape. I don't get too excited about incoming freshmen all that often. Yeah, this is it. Woo! That right there. That linebacker was unblocked in the hole, and he's grasping at air. I want you to see 6 here. Come up, unblocked to meet him in the hole. Boom. The move this young man, I want you to focus on him at the snap. Just watch him. Oh, and then he's gone. Run to daylight. And he's not playing scrubs. You know who that's against? That's on ESPN2 against Carrollton. Juju Lewis and Carrollton. He put up over 100 yards on ESPN2 last year at the beginning of the season. Are you kidding me? As they beat them. This is incredible that this young man is at Jacksonville State. Rich Rodriguez knows what to do with running backs like this. Look at Steve Slaton. Steve Slaton all over again. You got to get excited. I think Jacksonville State and Rich Rodriguez have a stud, a diamond in the rough, a hidden gem, all that shit. You call it what you want. That kid looks great. I watch a lot of film, guy. I watch more film than anybody. I watch so much film that I'm calibrated to see speed. And when I see that right there, I'm like, yo, that guy's a home run threat. These guys don't want to deal with him. He looks special. And the recruiting website, shame on you, giving him 3 stars. But I just want to say shame on a lot of these other programs. I'm proud of the young man for picking a school near home that's going to utilize running backs and just let him go do his thing because he's a beast. You go watch the whole tape. This is his regular season tape. It is almost 12 minutes long of just this man. Look at that. That DB don't want any part of this. That DB don't want any part of this. And this is 6A football in Georgia. Second biggest division in the state. They're playing some of the best teams in their pre-region schedule. And you just see him pulling away from everybody, finding the right hole. Here's a great team. Let's see what he does. Carrollton 7A, by the way. Oh, just put the move on him and bounce. You're not ready for this man. This man is a Saturday level running back. I don't know if he'll get any playing time this year. I hope he's in the rotation. I hope he's so good they can't ignore him. But I'm telling you, the same way Kamani Vidal eventually led the nation in rushing at some point in his college career, that's what's going to happen here. This young man's going to get opportunities in an offensive system that believes in him, and I think he's going to be too good to ignore. Except, obviously the recruiting websites gave him no love because he wasn't going to one of these bigger schools, so they went ahead and just threw him in there. And in the stack, add him to the stack of 3 stars. They're all the same. You're crazy. I'm watching an incredible running back. Better than some 4-star running backs. I've evaluated the 4-star tape. He's better than them. I bet those guys, if they went to Langston, if they went to Hughes, they couldn't start there. If they went to Hughes, they couldn't start over him. No, we're not going to play this. Shout out to Savage. Justus Savage is his name. Justus Savage. I think he's incredible. I think Rich Rod found himself his next Steve Slaton. Your friends don't know, but Rico knows. Peace, y'all.